Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday night here at SimRace South Africa, and you join us right on the end of the overtime for free practice, so just in time for the start of qualifying. My name is Alan Patterson, and I'm here tonight to bring you coverage of the simLEGENDS series for 2021.1, and this is Division 1. And we're coming to you from Sebring, and I've got my good buddy Sas van der Westhuizen here. Sas, how are you, buddy?
Hello, Alan. Hello, everybody. I'm doing fine, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, it's all good. It's been a good weekend. A lot of things happening and going on, but yeah, let's look forward to some awesome racing here tonight as we wait for the guys to peel out of the pits onto their official qualifying session. 15 minutes coming up in right now, in fact.
Looks like everybody is off, some of the cars getting away faster than others.
And we've got a huge mix of cars here tonight. It looks awesome. There's De Tomaso, Panteras, there's Porsches, there's BMW 3-litre CSLs, there's hopefully a Ferrari or two. There's a whole bunch of cars here. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens tonight. As usual, we're going to quickly just go through the beginning sessions of our streams. Weather for this evening. We're 10 o'clock in the morning, partly cloudy here in Sebring. Ambient temperature of 24 degrees with a road temp of 25, so should be just perfect for racing.
That sounds nice and comfortable racing weather for me.
Definitely. The track map, it's Sebring. It is steeped in history. They've raced Can-Am series. This track has been racing since the 50s and 60s. It's had a couple of changes through the years, but the red circuit is what we're racing tonight. It's the full long version, and it's a big mix of everything on some old cement runways. So it's got a lot of bounce, it's got a lot of character. It's going to be interesting to see how the cars handle. As usual, we've got coverage of our rapid alien doing an in-car quick lap. And I'm going to take us to that right now before the drivers actually start doing their laps. So let's cut to the video. Right, not that video. I will have a look for it shortly. I think there's a problem with that video.
Maybe you forgot to rename it.
No, it overwrites the old video. I know it's there. I'm just going to go and look at the raw files. I'll bring up some HLQ times just so that you can have a look at reference from what happened last week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And there we have it on the screen. Sus, maybe you want to just go over some of that.
HLQ is an interesting one. I don't think the turnout was as major, well, as much as we expected, but this is also, in my view, to be expected of the closing of the season here. Nick getting an amazing 2 minute 15.2 seconds in there. And
alright, good evening everybody and welcome to an onboard flying lap.
About 33 drivers. So that means Div 2 will consist of about 13. I know closer to the end of the season it can get a bit busy for people. But yeah, so Nick managing the top time there. So I'm expecting to see him right up there tonight. Followed by Adrian, Hein van der Kerk, Rian Oberholzer, Philip Minnar, Stefan Herbst. Their times aren't quite as close. I think the top 5 is covered by a bit under, well, let's say 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So they're not running extremely close, but around the field there is definitely bubbles of drivers getting very close to one another.
Yeah.
So it's promising a lot of exciting racing in my view.
But let's look at that in reality, considering these are classic cars. So we're going with a 2 minutes 15 to a 2:20.8. So 5.5 seconds separating 20 cars, vintage cars from the 60s and the 70s. So that's awesome. Right. Hello to everybody that's with us already on the YouTube channel. Chris, my buddy's there. How you, Chris? Ron Stevens, good evening. Shouting for LLC Racing. And Matthew Greatwood, I like that. Thanks, Matthew. Right.
Trying to find out if that's maybe one of our recent joinees. I can't remember his surname now. But there's been a relatively active Matthew on the servers. I think he was asking about TCD. Oh, Matt Williams. I suspect that's him.
Okay. No, this is Matt Greatwood. Anywho.
Greatwood sounds like one of those almost made-up surnames that can be a surname, so okay. I'm unsure.
Adrian,
okay, first times. Sorry, first time starting to pop up with 2 minutes and 15 seconds as the baseline. It's taking everybody a long time getting around, and I think the track is so tricky. It's not easy setting a valid lap. So some had now been forced to go around twice just to go and set a valid lap.
We'll just see Adrian now going deep there through that turn. That's down at the hairpin, and now we're watching Nick Hodgson. And Nick Hodgson currently well up on his delta, 2/10 in the familiar blue Porsche 911. So we're
looking at Nick's time. I feel Nick did he did a banker lap to make sure that he can set a valid lap time.
The 2:16.7 there. No, sorry, 2:16.2. Big yours.
2:16.2, and he's half a second up. So he left himself enough breathing room.
He has
to just know that he's got a valid lap and he's not going to be right at the back of the field.
Anyway, he's into the third sector. He's going to belt it up the long back straight. Then it's just the famous hairpin back onto the start-finish main straight. And he is 7/10 up here. So Nick definitely going to Nick's going to go straight into the 2:15, probably 2:15.7, 2:15.6, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's going to bring him very close to his HLQ time. Well, this last corner can be...
It's a character corner for sure, with all the bumps as you go around it.
I'm absolutely terrified. I've never driven on this track, and all of the videos I've seen, it's crazy. 2:15.49.
There we go.
Still a bit of pace in hand likely for Nick, but he's now well up there. Oh well, okay. Hein van Niekerk following quite closely. I just switched to Marco Grassa, and he's bumped his time to a 2:20. Everybody that I'm switching to is now on the home stretch there.
I'm watching Philip Minnar quickly, and he's literally on his bubble. Just gone through the first sector, so he's heading through Gurney Bend now, going down this little bit of a mid straight through the middle sector of the lap down to the hairpin, and he is 3/10 up as he comes into the hairpin through in his De Tomaso, and he's chasing one of the Porsches just ahead. But I think this will help Philip Minnar. He's still 2/10 up. He's currently in fourth with a 2:16.4. So this should get him very close to Adrian Null, or to third overall. As we just see.
So for interest's sake,
yes,
Philip has already bested his HLQ time with that 16.4. His HLQ was on a 16.8.
Yeah, to be honest, my opinion is the guys are just making sure about Div 1 selection. It's
definitely.
Yeah, okay. It's not. We can't do a comparison because we found the race pace to be way quicker than what they've done in HLQ.
No, I'm sure that's the case. I just always find it interesting comparing the two, because given that they might not be equal, there are drivers that quickly go and set that but it's because they've spent a lot of time. And,
That's true.
And it then shows.
Philip Minar's well up here. I'll tell you what. Well, he was half a second. He's now down to 2.5. He's losing all of his time through this sunset bend, as it's known.
Gaining a lot back there.
Yeah, he did. He managed to get a good drive. So here we go over the line. Oh, Adrian Null, a 2:15.1 pops up into first place.
Oh.
And Philip's fourth place. That was a great lap by Adrian Null. Stefan Herbst, let me tell you what, this man is a dark horse. And he's in one of the Capris, but on HLQ he did, and I don't know if it's the system, but I'm sure the system does count laps. He did 2 laps, and I'll go and show you actually.
2 laps.
2 laps.
And he's got a 2:17. I think he just called it one and done.
Where is he there?
The amount of laps.
6.
So I wrote the software that calculates our HLQ standings.
Okay.
AC counts both the out lap and the hot lap as a valid lap.
Okay.
So that's his out lap and his hot lap. That's the grand total of what he did.
Okay then. Well, he did that and got 7th on HLQ. So currently sitting 5th with the 2:17.4, and that is actually what his HLQ time is. So he's pretty on par with what he did at HLQ. Dirk Brunt, our other commentator and backup streamer, he is currently down in 11th place. He's in that Brumos replica Porsche, car number 58, the red and blue panels and stripes. Or as he goes past, I think that's Francois. It's Francois Erasmus in the black BMW, who was off track there. So Dirk still looking for some pace. Let's go and see who's on a hot lap. You got anybody?
Let me quickly.
Yes, we do. Brett Krokamp is just dead on to.
Yes.
Oh! As we watch a Porsche come around that turn sideways, but Brett Krokamp is 3/10 up on his Delta, currently sitting 8th. And looking for Waldo Swiggers in 7th place. In the big BMW, he runs very deep into Sunset Bend, this big hairpin, and then gets a good drive out of it. And here comes his Delta up to 2.5, 3, 3.5, coming over the line at 3.5, and he does go to 7th overall. So Chris on the YouTube saying, where is Moose's BMW? Why, here it is, sir. There can only be one. Fronts are currently in 13th place. A little bit down on his outlap here, so we'll come back and catch up with him.
Yeah, this might not be. Bjorn Buchner is coming around the last bend now. He's 10 seconds up on his Delta. I think he didn't. Yeah, he's got a 2:34 there.
Got him. He's
so
in
he
the little
left
golf
a
course.
lot
Yeah.
of pace in hand.
Oh yeah, this is good. He's a whole second up here, I think. No, he's plenty up.
10 seconds.
Right, that's his lap in at 2:21.2. Hey to Jared Green, Wimpy de Beer, good evening. He's here for the Leaches. James Leach and James Leach Senior are racing tonight. Sean Bingham, hey buddy, welcome. Sean Bingham's he's on point already. Win Diesel. I did see that just now. That Porsche is Win Dieseling everywhere. Everyone knows that. Good one. Matthew Boy, sitting in 18th place with just under 2 minutes to go. He's in the little Porsche 906 and he is, wow, 2 seconds up on his Delta.
It's looking like he's not having a great time there.
No, but watch how he's cornering the car. He's clearly just out there to have fun. So
that might be the case.
That was Win Dieseling that corner and he's still 1.5 seconds up.
Is he doing a nick starting from the back?
He's, oh yeah, could be one of those. Let's have some fun evenings.
speaking of let's have some fun, I'm having a quick look at the results. So this is round 5.
Yes.
Round 5. There's 2 heats in each race, and you can drop up to 4 heats from a points perspective.
Correct.
We currently have Philip Minnaar right at the top with Adrian Nel right behind him, Hein van Niekerk, Brett Krokamp, and Waldo Swiggers. But none of the drop rounds have started taking effect yet. So I'm curious to see how our leaderboard will reshuffle. And at that last race, I'm hoping that we'll see this championship come a bit down to the wire, maybe forcing someone to try and get a good finish if they want to defend their championship title there.
Matthew Boy goes from 18th up to 11th on that lap, so that was a great lap for him. And here is the Jovan, who's just joined us on YouTube. Good evening. Hein van Niekerk, very close to his delta at the moment. Hein currently in 3rd in the John Player Special Porsche. Another one of the legendary liveries. All these cars, in fact, are legendary. Sorry. They're fantastic automobiles.
I'm hunting.
Nick Hodgson, he's 2.5 tenths up in the Kenwood Porsche. Oh, and he's just driven into a Golf
Leach.
Porsche. Was it James?
That's James Leach.
Oh, and he was up there, so he's not going to be too happy about that, but it happens. Okay, everyone's coming into pits. Francois in the big BMW is still out there. He's 4 tenths down as he comes wailing past. It's the Derek Bell and Jackie X BMW that raced in the World Sports Car Championship, the Inter-Series Championship. That car came to Kyalami. I saw that car live. Renier Leach, sorry, he's also out here tonight. Renier Leach currently 2.5 tenths, and he drifts his Porsche into a corner there, coming through. I didn't even see the name of that, and he's all over the curbs and two-wheeling this Porsche. I'm going to just do a quick replay of that because that was rather impressive. So he did lose all his time there, but we'll just show this on the replay quickly. Wind dieseling into that corner and then hitting the curb here and putting it on 2 wheels. All good. Okay, we are pretty much out of time. Matthew Boy another whole second up on his time, so he's going to go from 13th up to, he goes to 8th right in the dying moment. So Matthew Boy into the top 10, and that is it for qualifying. Adrian Nel takes yet another pole. Sas, are you there, sir?
I'm here.
You get very quiet and yeah.
Yeah, no, I was trying to figure something out. My game is kind of bright and it's irritating me, so I was trying to quickly see if there's something I can do about it.
Right.
Okay, so Adrian Nel in front, Nick Hodgson, Hein van Niekerk, Philip Minnaar, and Rian Oberholz.
In the Camel Porsche. So we have Porsche, Pantera, Porsche, BMW, Capri, Porsche, BMW, Nissan, BMW. That's as far back as I can see. Who is in that Nissan? Is that Peter Gelderhuis? I do believe it is. Yes, it'll be Peter Gelderhuis. Let's just go and look at that TV camera.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to go with...
30 seconds to go.
We're going to go with...
everybody put in enough fuel.
We have a blimp up in the air today. Yeah, it's Sebring, and it's providing some excellent coverage, except it's a little bit wavy in the winds. It's clearly a bit of wind blowing, as we can see, but we're going to watch the whole first sector as from this view. Here we go. Got
and the lights are starting to come on.
Yes. Jason Holden Jones, good evening.
All red.
All red, and we
Drop
go.
the clutch, and away they go.
Oh, and that Porsche gets a flyer. That is Matthew Boy, who's got a huge jump from 8th, and he's already up into 5th. as we watch the lead pack going side by side into turn 1. Very good racing.
Is so wide there on that main straight. I'm sure everybody must have been thinking, whoa, maybe be careful around this first turn.
And then that happens. It goes from that super wide to like a third of the width.
Oof.
Right, we're watching. Normal TV camera coverage resumes. And it's Rian who's in the yellow Porsche, and he's side by side with Philip Minnaar, and he goes around the outside of the Pantera as they go down to the braking point of the hairpin. And it looks like Rian's done it. Hard braking, and he's in behind Hein van Niekerk, so there's a position change. Also, Dirk Brunt and Peter Geldenhuys have swapped positions further back, but Adrian Nul's up and going with Nick Hodgson chasing in second place.
Definitely a lot of action all around the field.
They come piling in through their Collier corner, and they were hard on the brakes. Nick was runners all over the back of Hein van Niekerk here. So Porsche's first to fourth. The De Tomaso of Minnaar has dropped back, and we've got a change. Dirk Brunt's unfortunately going backwards. And there's the position. Rian goes right past Hein van Niekerk and up into third. That was a great pass.
That little Porsche working hard for him tonight.
Wow, and he goes into here full sideways, opposite lock, down into the Almond Straight. He's driving the wheels of that little car. Phew, all right. Adrian Nul's got a huge gap over Nick here.
Oh, Rian throwing it away in the background there.
Oh, he has.
He hasn't gone into the barrier though.
Okay, back on the track in seventh. I only saw it in the distance. What happened? Did he get a lock and the car spin?
He had a bit of a tank slapper there, and he didn't catch it correctly.
Right, and he falls back in just behind. Now you can see he's driving this Porsche sideways. He's really out there having some fun. Just ahead of him is Melvin Goos in the Gosser BMW. Oh no, Rian's losing the plot a little bit. Yeah, he's actually missed that whole corner. Maybe I must take the camera off him a moment. Stefan Herbst in the Capri up into fifth place and chasing the De Tomaso Pantera of Philip Minnaar. Further back, here we have Glenn Crawford, in 11th. He's in the other De Tomaso, and he is chasing Marco Grassa just ahead of him in a De Tomaso. So a couple of Panteras here. Okay, why am I missing Matthew Boyd? Is he disconnected?
I have a feeling he might have. He's sitting in the pits.
Mine won't select him, but oh dear, that's terrible.
I saw something happening in the background. I think it was like turn 4 or 5. He might have been caught up in a bit of a hard prang there, and he had to jump back to pits to go and repair that.
Okay. We drop back down to 14th. I'm watching Dirk Brunt because there's a whole lot of traffic going on here. So Renier Leach is just ahead of him, and then it's Dirk Brunt with Brett Krokamp in the big orange BMW, and then just behind Brett is Waldo Swiggers and Bjorn Buchner. So these guys are right in the thick of things, even though it's for 14th, 15th place. I only have drivers up to 18, so there are...
I did see 1 or 2 disconnecting, but I'm not 100% sure who and where.
James Leach is disconnected. I saw him go. That's terrible. James Leach Senior, there he is, the Camel Filters Porsche, and he is right at the back of the grid as he gets onto the start-finish straight. So just up ahead, Bjorn Buchner. Oh, we've got position changes everywhere. Brandon Phillips. Has Brandon Phillips in the little Porsche. Oh, he's side by side with the BMW as they come onto the start-finish line. Rian Oberholz has gone into the pits.
Let me quickly check. That was definitely not a drive-through penalty.
The yellow Porsche is right at the back here. That must have been a mistake. I think he got so sideways he actually drifted into the pit lane. He's now in 18th place here, right behind Bjorn, the Golf car. Not James Leach, it is Bjorn Buchner. So I think Rian's been bullying this Porsche, or he maybe got... There's no damage to it, so I don't actually know what happened there. Javan saying, yeah, please don't film Rian. Okay, let's move. We're going up to Adrian Null. Hein van Niekerk, here we go. Philip Minot's just gone past him, so let's catch up here. It's all going on here for 3rd and 4th. Nick Hodgson, they're all together. Look at this. Right, so Philip Minot has had a moment somewhere, and we have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Pretty much nose to tail at the moment. Nick Hodgson in the blue BMW is looking at the back of Minot in the Pantera, so they must have had a moment through the middle sector, sector 2, and that gap for 2nd place is now on the go amongst 4 cars.
Quickly trying to find some... Well, I'm curious to see what the pace difference is between Philip and Adrian there, because that gap has grown to be quite comfortable for Adrian.
Yeah, definitely.
As they're coming around the last corner now, that should pop up soon.
3.5 seconds, the gap. I mean...
So Adrian Nel doing a 2:16.9 and Philip 2:17.1.
That's weird, man. No, there's a little Porsche in the pits, so I think that's Matthew Boy's car. Would have been good to see him come out again, but maybe he's had a hardware failure or a problem.
It might be. It might just be that he feels not. I think he's also got a bunch of good results already.
Yeah.
So it might be that he feels waiting for the next heat might pay off more. Unless it's a hardware issue that might take a while to sort out as well.
Francois, wait, there he is on the chat. Massive lag spike from me when my CPU for some reason was peaking. Rather not risk any further incidents. That's terrible luck. Bad luck, Matthew. Okay, Francois Erasmus is in 10th, the special position in the big black BMW, and
it's still very early to call that.
Is.
There's 12 minutes left. I usually try and have a look around 7-minute mark, because then people have already gotten into their groove and they're trying. Oh, he's struggling to get traction with that rear.
Totally. And here comes Dirk Brunt. All that slipping and sliding has just allowed Dirk to like really catch onto the tail of the BMW.
And Dirk is going to be hungry for this one.
Definitely. So Francois got it, and you can see this BM is very tail happy. I was looking at the gaps up ahead. Hodgson 0.5, so he's half a second off the back of Minot. I'm just going to keep my eye on those deltas, but at the moment this is all going on. There's a Pantera up ahead going past Geldernaes. It's Marco Grasser. Okay, he's fallen in behind him. I've caught him. He's just behind Peter Geldernaes. And a Porsche picture's up there. That's Renier Leach. Yeah. Renier Leach just behind Marco Grasser. So he's looking very racy. As
they're throwing that Nissan's rear around.
Definitely.
Love it.
And then right behind you can see Dirk Brunt chasing the BMW. So Dirk Brunt will go to him quickly. He's in the slipstream behind the BM. Now looking up the inside. Now pulling back in. They come into the braking zone. And is Francois on top of this? Or has he run into a problem? Oh, he looks perfect there. Great corner from the BM. Dirk Brunt's...
runs slightly wide.
Oh, and look at that. Oh dear. Bang into the pit wall. Oh, I think... that's Francois going to hospital for that crash.
I'm sure Dirk had quite the worry there.
Wow. You can't blame me for that, but I did catch it on replay. The BM was going around good, but then he just ran wide as he went over the bumps. Dirk's on the inside, and you can see the BM. Oh, he just... Oh, that's terrible luck. Oh. Francois drops back in the BM, and Dirk goes up into 11th.
No, Dirk stayed in 11th. He had to do a bit of a lift there to avoid Francois, and that cost him a position with Brett being able to slip by.
Oh, Brett Crowcomb's gone past now. See that? Sorry. Got you. Okay. It was a big bang there.
Francois is going to have to limp back to pits because I think he would have crossed the pit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Probably.
He's still rolling, so
Okay.
I'm assuming he didn't go for repairs.
Nick is closed up here. Oh, Marco Grosser's had a moment. Marco's dropping down the timing sheets. He's down to 12th already. So he's lost 4 positions here, and now
Nick
currently
taking the inside line.
Yeah, we're watching Nick. Nick and the Pantera, they are side by side, and the Pantera's got good legs. Manages to outdrag, but here comes the John Player Special Porsche of Hein van Niekerk. Oh, everyone's coming into this sunset bend at different angles and different trajectories, and Nick goes up the inside. He does the undercut beautifully and goes past Philip Minnaar. Nick goes into second, but they still tie next to each other. Philip got the apex for turn 1 and closes that gap off. Nothing Nick can do with the horsepower of the Pantera. But Nick seems to have much better control with the little Porsche and is all over that Pantera. Oh, I do believe Minnaar is running defensive lines, so Nick had to swing out there. He's looking for a different line through this turn 5. Now they pour on the gas down through this little chicane section and down towards the hairpin.
The Pantera's top end speed is just it's buying Philip that bit of comfort that he can get the position back.
Look here, he's running defensive. He's coming down into the braking zone, up the inside, forcing Nick to go all the way around the outside, and he does it. Oh, that's a great pass by Nick.
Yeah, Philip was just running a bit defensively there.
He was. He tightened that corner up too much and then got a bit of a tank slapper. And that's
look at him there.
No, it's
having a peek.
Oh, watch Hein van Niekerk. Oh, that's too close. Oh, bad luck there. Nick catches it and gets going. Philip's lifted a bit to wait for him, and there goes Nick. Yep. Well done, Philip. Good stuff. But it's a net loss of 2 positions for both of them. I'm sure Nick will go and chase down Stefan Herbst and Hein van Niekerk. I do believe we got that on replay. We're going to just quickly have a look at that. Oh, we just got the end of it. Yeah.
It looked like Philip was a tiny bit ambitious there, and Nick saw the move coming and he closed the gap.
Yeah, it was a little bit of... He couldn't stop the car, basically, and that was that. But it's all good. Everyone's racing. Everyone's happy and rolling. Got 28 people watching on the YouTube, so awesome to have you all with us. Click on the like button and help promote the hobby at SimRace South Africa. If you're interested in this and you wish to find out a little bit more, there's the website on the screen. Go and have a look. Join up. We have a very active Discord channel, and you can join the website. You'll get an invite. You can get onto the Discord channel and find out all about the various series that we race. Sus, you can maybe enlighten people.
Yeah, we've got a grand total of 4 series running. We've got the Sim GT series, which is our flagship GT3 series. We run an ACC. We've got the Sim GP series, driving the RSS Formula 3 car around a bunch of fun tracks. Then there's the Sim TC series, the Tint Tops BTCC cars, I think. I'm not sure what era from.
Yep.
And then this Legend series, but that's not all. We do have some fun Thursday night races as well that you can come and have a look at. And there is, of course, a bit of rallying as well for those keen on rallying. These both form part of our free tier of racing. And yeah, it's overall just a great community of folks loving the hobby and just giving it their all.
Yeah, and growing hand over fist. We also have an active the Grace Factory. What is it that we supporting?
So sign-ups. We require a minimum donation of 150 Rand to the charity of choice.
Charity.
And
That's it.
This season, our charity of choice is the Grace Factory, and to date, as of the 24th, yes, that's today, we have raised 37,757 rand.
Awesome.
How mind-blowing is that?
Yeah, that's amazing stuff. The Grace Factory, it's a great initiative for first-time mothers with newborn babies. And they get a hamper, which is a bag that's got all the necessary bits in it for a first-time mother. So it's a great initiative, and thanks to all the teams, all the drivers, all the sponsors at SimRace South Africa. Every little bit that you've contributed has gone towards the Grace Factory, and they are hugely appreciative. Back to the racing. Sorry, I'm watching Waldo Swiggers. They've been going around the middle sector side by side, the Toblerone Porsche with Dirk Brunt. It's been impressive racing, and they've been giving each other gaps all the way around.
I was just going to say, I'm holding my breath. I feel the heart beating in my ears.
And I had it, so all good. Yeah, awesome racing here by Waldo and Dirk Brunt. They're having a lot of fun. Waldo now in the 10th place with just on 3.5 minutes to go.
I wonder, Dirk took a very, very wide line there at the entry. I'm thinking he's trying to get a good exit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. So with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go, 10th position will put you onto pole for the next race.
Yeah.
That is why this battle is going on right now.
Yeah, and it's Porsche versus Porsche. Believe me, Dirk is trying hard to get past Waldo, and Waldo is not going to let him just cruise on by. Gaps elsewhere, it's pretty spaced out. Adrian Nel, 8.5 seconds up the road from Hein van Niekerk in second. Stefan Herbst in third, and Nick still busy trying to get back up there. Oh, Krookamp and Leach just up ahead. Greg Krookamp in the BMW and Leach in the Porsche. Here they come into the hairpin. Krookamp braking hard on the inside, and Leach having to go around the outside.
That inside line looks like a very difficult line to have if you don't have the horsepower to get going quickly.
Well, he got huge traction coming out of there in the BMW in comparison to Francois Erasmus. So Brett Krookamp got awesome drive out there.
And in the background, Dirk is still all over the back of Waldo there.
He is. The four of them, they're having, this is going to be a four-way race. Just up ahead. Oh, we've got a change. Nick has passed Herbst. We missed this. Yeah, so Nick takes the Porsche past the they come down the straight, and him and Herbst are side by side. The Capri's got huge straight line speed.
Yes, but he's going to be in a bit of a compromised line here. I think if Nick can do the cutback again, that will be very beneficial, but he's running wide, and I think that's going to give him...
And the De Tomaso's there.
It's always worrying if they run that wide. I don't think Nick had the exit speed there. Philip's going to be able to drop him as well.
He's boxing the Pantera in behind the Capri. There's nothing that Minnow can do. Hold on to your lunch, Bill. And it narrows down and they get through there. It's like threading the eye of the needle. Nick's got the inside line. Oh, the Capri sideways. Stefan Herbst hanging onto the Capri. It's a huge Vin Diesel moment there.
Bumping it over the curbs there. And I think this might just be the last lap. I didn't quite see when Adrian crossed the line. He's been flying up in front.
There's James Leach on the YouTube channel. What are you doing there? You should be driving, sir.
He said he had a hardware failure.
Oh, there it is. Bad luck. Whoa, the Capri gets a bit of a tank slap, and Nick's up the inside. No, he's not. The Pantera's around the outside.
Nick trying to just box him in again there.
Oh, it's a good race. I'm sorry, guys. We need to stay. Yo, Nick, look at
just
the braking.
For that. Oh, no, Nick. Jeez, that's not how you dive.
He missed that by a year. Oh, that's the end of that. Let's quickly catch up with Philip Minnaar, because the Capri and Herbst and Minnaar are still at it. Wow, Nick missed that by a mile.
Yes, so Adrian Nel is almost at the back straight now, and there's 2 seconds left, so this is the last lap.
Okay. Nick's actually 5 seconds down the road, so that was a huge moment for him. He's having a problem back there, but we'll stick with the the race here for third and fourth. Han van Niekerk into a well-deserved second. He's had a great race. We see that Pantera sideways onto the Almond Straight. So here we go, just up ahead, Adrian Nel under the bridge, also drifting the Porsche as he comes through Sunset Bend. Great looking corner that, and comes over the line, and that's a great first place. There's Francois Erasmus creeping along, so he's not going to do another lap. Han van Niekerk, oh look at this in third. Stefan Herbst.
Oh, Minnaar just pipping him at the end.
Oh, that pass happened literally through that final corner. Okay, Nick in fifth, there he comes. Going back, Melvin Koos in the Gosser Beer. Zegut. And he comes round Sunset Bend sideways. Guys are loving these cars. And just behind him, there's Peter Geldenhuys, and just behind
and Renier Leach pips Brett Krokamp there in the dying moments.
Yep.
Wondering if Brett maybe gave that position away to try and be on the front row of the grid.
10th place, Waldo Swiggers.
Yeah, Dirk Brandt's going to be kicking himself for not being able to get there.
Chris saying, wow, I mean, you got to love the look of those BMs coming around there sideways. Hello, Walker's there. Pantera looks so much more agile than the 365. Yeah, that was impressive. Jared Green, the speed limit is 120. I think not.
Not even close.
That's a pretty looking car. Sorry, Bjorn Buchner, the Gulf Porsche. It's that's a classic looking Porsche, that. Okay, there we go. We're going to have a quick ad break and we'll be back for race number 2. Don't go anywhere, people.
Ooh.
Alrighty, we're back. We're live. Need to just get the camera. Right, there we go. Waldo Swiggers, look at that, the Toblerone Porsche on the front row. Next to him we have Brett Krokamp in the BMW. Renier Leach, an impressive third. Peter Geldenhuys in the Nissan in fourth. Melvin Koos in the other Gosser Beer BMW in fifth. And there's Nick Hodgson in sixth. So not too much of a drive back, but Nick is down in sixth. Rian Oberholzer, interestingly enough, in 18th. With Francois.
Yeah, he did not have a good race. No. I saw him finishing well down the field.
We're going to keep our cameras on the Brett Krokamp BMW.
Just looking down, I'm seeing James Leach is back. He said he should have his wheel fixed for the second race. So
awesome, James.
To see what he can do from there.
Good luck back there. Yeah, I can see the orange car. The car's there. All right, where are we? 23, 22 seconds to go. We're all ready.
All red.
Already. Go, go,
and away they go.
Look at Nick's pull off in the Porsche from sixth. He's already up into third. Yo! He gets a good jump with that Porsche, trying to come up the inside, but
of cars going into turn one. I hope that they're ready for the sudden narrow there.
Oh, a little bit of pushing and shoving, but they all kind of get. Oh no, the De Tomaso.
Spoke too soon.
Yes, you did. The De Tomaso and another Porsche. So that is.
I think that was Hein van Niekerk.
And Philip Minnaar.
And Philip Minnaar, yes.
Right, so Waldo Swiggers up and going with Renier Leach in second place. Nick Hodgson in third. Nick looking around the outside of Renier Leach already.
Nick has done well for himself at the start
got a
there.
huge jump off the start.
I mean, he started way back in 8th.
He goes around the outside of Rainier Leach and bangs the Porsche up into second place. Oh, and there's a huge flying. What happened there? That's Adrian Nel. He had a huge moment, a little bit of a drop back. But I'll tell you what I am looking at is Rian Oberholzer is already up into 12th in the little yellow Porsche from the back of the grid. With he's with Francois here, or Brendan Phillips in the Porsche 906 had a moment, so everyone's jumping positions there, but the yellow Porsche coming through the field here. Oh, hard braking behind Francois Erasmus's BMW.
Definitely trying his best to get around there.
He is. He drives that car like it was stolen. He's Vin Dieseling, even the straights, he's Vin Dieseling.
Oh.
Look. Big opposite locks just to try and get... It's almost like he's doing Scandinavian flicks just to drift the corners. Head down and go, buddy. Oh, they're 3 abreast going up the back straight. There's... Wait, we need to go to a helicopter view for this. Oh no, that's not the right view, sorry. Neither is that. There's a camera view that... There it is. And Rian tank slaps it into sunset under the bridge. Here he comes. If he overslaps that, the car's going to turn around, but he manages to hang on to it, and here comes the whole field with him. So all right,
I'm going to say that was only just that he managed to hold on there.
That's true. I mean, he's entertaining to watch, but he's just looking for drama. Okay, I see up ahead Peter Gelderhuys in the Nissan. So he had a moment, and here comes that field led by Rian Oberholzer.
Nick is in first. Nick
He's gone past Waldo. Jeez, it took him a lap and a half to go from 8th to 1st. Francois Erasmus on the YouTube, he ran out of fuel in the big black BMW. That's why he was crawling over the start-finish line. Unbelievable. Thank you for sharing, Francois.
I hope he crawled across the finish line. Well, okay, that was at the end of the race.
Yeah. That was the last lap. I think he had run out and he was just freewheeling there.
I hope he added an extra liter or 4 just to make sure for this race.
Rian in 8th, right behind Peter Gelderhuys. Peter Gelderhuys runs deep there, and Rian almost stalls the Porsche. He's got Dirk Brandt in the Brumos Racing Porsche also right behind him and trying to keep up with his antics.
Melvin Goes running very wide there in front.
Yeah, Adrian Nel. Oh, Melvin Goes. Yeah, he's
turned it around.
He's facing the oncoming traffic, as you can see on the screen, so he's had a problem. And Francois Erasmus in the black BMW is also going down.
Not sure what happened to him. He's flying right now.
Watch Rian as he comes through the last corner. Oh, they all tank slap over that bump and then they catch it and go down the back straight. It's very impressive to watch. But he's got this Porsche right up the back of the Nissan. Makes for entertaining footage, man.
That is very, very wide.
Wow, you want to see it from the angle I had it.
I can look at the stream quickly.
No, hang on. Just watch this replay, man. Seriously, I changed camera just as he arrived at that corner. Here it comes. Watch the live stream here. Yeah! Yo, that's impressive. Jeepers, that was good.
Okay, so that puts him into 6th position, and he is looking to move in on Adrian Nel as soon as possible.
Yeah, Jared Green on the YouTube saying Rian is killing it. He's the drift king. Laka LLC. Yeah, he's definitely entertaining.
And as you say that, he falls back to 10th.
He's let's watch what happens. It's on the oh, there he turns it round. Yeah, he does a donut there. Nice
All
donut.
or nothing driving can sometimes result in nothing. That's a difficult one to do. The payoff can be huge, but it's risky.
Red Crow come. We're jumping up to 4th place.
Him and Adrian right on the back of Rainier Leach there.
Oh, that Porsche.
Oh, Adrian running so wide.
He was like in the cones there. Oh, Melvin Coast just disconnected in the big BMW. Nell goes up the inside of the BMW and takes the position. No, he doesn't. They're next to each other. Look at this. Yes, he does. Here they come now through Le Mans, this final corner onto, well, the second last corner onto the long back straight, the Ullman straight. There's a huge bubble right in the middle of this corner, which you can see all the cars kind of get a big tank slapping moment as they go through there. You either got to go around it or hold on to your lunch and go right over it. Oh dear. And that Porsche just went straight on. That's Rainier Leach, who went very deep into Sunset. It's a different line. He does come out of it okay, and he's still in 3rd place. 219.4, 219.0 and 220 for the 3 cars. So it's all still going on there. James Leach Senior unfortunately down in 16th, and Glenn Crawford, he's also had a problem here as they come through the final turn. Glenn Crawford in the blue Pantera, and James Leach Senior in the Camel Porsche, and behind him we can see Bjorn Buchner, as we see Marco Grassa up the inside of Glenn Crawford. No, Brandon Phillips, I beg your pardon. Oh. Wow.
That is some close running.
Crawford ran right across the front of that Porsche. I don't know if he didn't realize there was a car there, but that was super close. So Brandon Phillips in the tiny midget looking little Porsche 906 right amongst these bigger cars.
Oh. And I see up ahead Dirk Brandt managing to make a move on Stefan Harps there.
Yep. So just under 12 minutes to go, and we have a position change there. Just sticking with Crawford for the moment. Brandon Phillips trying to find a way past in the little Porsche. And right at the back I see James Leach is running with Bjorn Buchner. It's the Jagermeister Porsche versus the Golf Porsche. Also 2 legendary color schemes. And James is licking it and sending it as they come into Cunningham.
I think he's making the same mistake that Nick made.
100%. That was ambitious, to say the least. All right.
Okay, so I see Adrian Nell, and I think it was Waldo Swickers managed to get past Rainier Leach.
Okay.
And all while this is happening, Nick has managed to put a 5-second gap in front of him.
Nick's just, when you're that good, you don't get that much airtime, Nick. So, I know you're an alien, but I'm not going to show you anymore because you're like just boring. You're supposed to start last, Nick.
2:15.6. That's his last lap time.
Yeah,
so in the open area, he can lay down some really quick times.
Show off. I'm just watching Peter Keldernace in 7th place. He's got Dirk Brandt and Stefan Herbst having an entertaining dice here just behind him in the Capri Porsche. And Philip Minars arriving into this party in his Detomais after a terrible first lap start there.
It's a bit of a DRS train, if they had DRS.
Oh, and I see Rian Wibbles in the background in 11th, slowly but surely catching up to this bunch. So there should be some huge excitement here in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Stefan really putting down some pressure there on Dirk.
I mean, that little Capri is impressive, man. If you get that set up properly, it's seriously boxing way above its weight.
The thing is, there is no such thing as getting it set up properly for these races.
No,
we run
true.
fixed setups.
Yeah, that's true.
But it has shown that it has an amazing top end speed.
Yeah, Cologne Capri, that was almighty 6-cylinder motor in there. Oh, Mr. Gelderhuys getting a little bit sidey, and Dirk Brunt is now next to him. Dirk Brunt goes right around the outside of him. That is impressive. So Dirk Brunt pushing the 58 Porsche up into 7th place.
But there's still a train of cars right on his tail.
Yes. Oh, look at Dirk Brunt sideways with the Porsche, and the Panteras there and the Capris there. They're all there. Watch this.
Running very defensively there by Dirk. He knows that they have the top end speed to catch him.
The Capri's up next to Mr. Gelderhuys' Nissan, and the Panteras coming through the middle. They're 3 abreast almost into the sunset. Ooh.
But I think that might have paid off for Dirk. He is getting a very, very late exit there that might give him the top end speed to keep them behind. Yes, Philip trying to now look on the inside of Peter Gelderhuys and Stefan Harps.
Yes. Oh, it's a net loss there for Peter Gelderhuys, who ends up coming out 4th, 4 positions back after that. Oh, the Capri, I tell you what, Stefan Herbst has got opposite lock on every braking point, and now looking up the inside. And going around the outside, they're 3 abreast. Oh, the Panteras 4-wheel driving. Jeepers.
Yes, I'm just confirming. Philip got a track cut warning for that move.
Okay. Sure. Well, Herbst up into 7th, but Dirk Brunt's not taking that line down, and he's going to be attacking straight away. Hope you guys enjoying this on the YouTube channel. Jared Green, commentators curse. No. NO. It doesn't work anymore. I don't. Yo, look at that big tank slapper there from Mr. Gelderhuys. And Minnow is going up the inside in the De Tomaso, and the Porsche Capri. If they make contact here, it's all going on. There's 3 cars in it now. Oh, and there's Rio.
Oh, in the back.
You just see the yellow Porsche wooden diesel through the frame, through the picture.
Just a bit too much, though.
That was awesome. Oh, Rian, you got to. Someone must cut or disable the handbrake on that Porsche, and then it won't do stuff like that. Right, let's gather our wits.
Adrian Nel up in second there, but Swiggers is still very much on his tail.
They're all sideways as they come through sunset onto the start-finish line.
I think Swiggers had the better exit there.
Only just,
but it's enough. It's enough to get Nel behind him.
I guarantee that's not going to last long. Watch this.
Yeah, Nel taking a very different line to try and do the cutback, and he does it successfully.
Oh dear. He braked early to get that dive up the inside, and Waldo clearly had too much pace. Ran very wide through turn 1, and the overtake's done. Nel was like, yeah, hold my beer. Watch this.
Not going to catch me out like that.
No chance. All right. So off he goes for another lap. There's a decent enough gap there. We're going to jump backwards again. Philip Minnow.
So Stefan managed to get past Dirk, and I think Philip is going to be focusing his energy on that, knowing that the Pantera has the top end speed to take him on the straights.
Yeah, hard under braking. You can see that Pantera is squiggling under braking. Oh, Rian Wibberholz saying 12th. Let's go and have a quick look. He's all over the back, sideways, left, right. I don't actually know what Rian's doing anymore with Francois Erasmus and the BMW. Coming up the hill here for this braking point as they come into Cunningham. Oh, and he mounts the curb. Off he goes. The BMW also going a little bit squiggly.
I mean, that's squiggly like I've seen an F1 car going. Ooh, in the background there, Marco Grassa running very wide.
Doing bang over the track. Whoopsie. Oh, Uberholzer hitting the curbs. I'll tell you what, with his helmet down, looks like he's busy texting somebody in that racing car. Yeah, Marco Gross has lost that position, so Glenn Crawford goes past in the Porsche.
Oh, Francois really going aggressive there on the curbs, but
yeah.
I think bouncing like that is not going to help your top end speed.
Yeah, I think they're just carrying as much pace as they can through that corner, and that bump in the corner and the curbs, you know, it just picks the car up. Watch around Wibbles are through here.
He makes me so worried that he's going to run wide and run into the barrier. But I think that might have given him the better exit.
Yeah, they're next to each other. This is going to be entertaining into turn one.
Oh, Philip opening up as much as possible. Oh, so not Philip, Rian.
Sheepers.
And he makes that overtake stick.
And Minna and Brunt have changed positions. Let's go up ahead quickly. So the Pantera's just gone past the Porsche. Wimpy de Beer, lekker Rian. It is great entertainment. It's entertaining when the guys are a little bit holy.
In 15th, Marco Grassa is trying to get back at Bjorn Buchner.
Yeah.
Claim back that position he lost because of the mistake.
Sorry, let's go back there. So these are teamies, by the way.
Oh, it's always well in Legends. It's catching me out not seeing all of the drivers in matching cars.
Yeah. Yeah, no, these two they're teamies. They're the Gunston cars in F3. Oh, Minna and Brunt, let's go back up there. Minna goes back ahead.
Chopping and changing.
Dirk Brunt is not going to stand for that, and he's trying hard to attack back. Porsche gets good drive out of the corners and is right under the wing, or the tail, if I can put it that way, of the Pantera. Oh, Leach and Hein van Niekerk change positions. 4th and 5th, let's go and look. The two Porsches next to each other. Here they come down the Ulman Straight, and they literally are next to each other. Hein van Niekerk is a nose ahead and running up the inside of the track. Renier Leach going around the outside. Oh, and Hein just jeepers. He
just
goes
not paying attention at all.
He went right over the front of the bow of Renier. And
I'm just jumping back to Dirk to quickly have a look. Philip is keeping him at bay there, running a very defensive inside line.
I see them in the background there. I'm watching these two as they come into turn one. Position change again. Hein van Niekerk goes ahead. Renier undercuts him and comes next to him again. They're still side by side. Oh my word. Huge trust here.
They're doing extremely well to stay out of each other's way.
Totally.
But I must say, I can't imagine how much fun that must be.
Okay, let's go a little bit back quickly. Brett Krokkamp. He's got Stefan Herbst only 4/10 behind him in the Capri now. Right, we're down to 40 seconds. What's going on here? Nick, where is he? This is the last lap.
Oh, yes. It's the last lap. He's ahead by 10 seconds, so he can do it comfortably.
Philip Manon, Dirk Brunt. Philip Manon, Dirk Brunt.
Dirk taking that last one
outside. Jeepers, we just caught that on film.
He's going to have a lot of work to do. I don't think Nick's going to be able to make it across the finish line before the timer runs out, so this might be the last lap. Yeah, 7. Yeah, there's no way Nick's going to be able to make it, so Dirk will be working hard to keep him behind.
Right.
Seeing Pieter Geldenhuys running wide there behind them.
And Stefan Herbst just a little bit further ahead at the back of Brett Krokkamp. They're 3/10 apart. There they are. You can see just up ahead the Capri chasing the BM. Oh. But the De Tomaso's got huge legs here, and Dirk Brunt's running dead center down the track, as defensive as he can. Oh, Philip runs a little bit wide there and gets a bit of a bump off the curbs. Right, through that final corner, then now they're going to take this right-hander, Le Mans, onto the Ulman Straight.
Philip might have set himself up for a very good exit there.
Oh, Herbst and Krokkamp change position just up ahead. Let's go and look quickly. The Capri.
Philip on the inside here at the last corner.
This is the last chance he's got. And I think Dirk's carrying enough pace. Oh, big defensive. Look at that.
That's going to be... And Philip just slips him.
It put Philip ahead. It did. It gave Philip
I think it put Philip ahead.
Wow.
Yo, that must have been a photo finish.
And Francois comes over for 11th. Rian Wibbles in the pits. Marco Grassa coming round Sunset for 13th. I think it's a disconnect. Somebody further up. He was 14th. So he comes ahead of Bjorn Buchner. And there we go. They come over the line. Wow, that finish was amazing. Don't see who you can find there for us while I just sort everything out here in the game. It's entertaining watching the guys destroy their cars here. Everyone's Rian and the Deto Massa are driving into each other, and wow.
Okay, I've got someone here.
Alrighty.
Hello, Adrianel. How are you, good sir?
I am well. I can't complain a bit.
How was that first race? I saw you led by quite a bit. Got comfortable. Were there any worries at any stage during the race?
I was just looking what was going on behind me. I don't know what happened. Looked like it was quite a ding-dong battle behind me.
Yeah, there was a whole lot going on right there. But yeah, it looked like you had everything under control though. Or were you struggling, or was everything working how you expected it?
No, everything was well. I overfueled the car.
Okay.
Because just to make sure of no extra stress creeping up on me. But yeah, I overfueled the car, and yeah, it actually went well.
Well, we did see as you crossed the line, Francois Erasmus was crawling over because he made a miscalculation with his fuel.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that, yeah.
I also see Mr. Nick Hodgson in here.
Go get him.
Good evening, gents.
Hey, man. Nick, we're giving you almost no coverage just because you're showing off and you're just boring and blah, blah. You got to start in 20th and you'll get airtime. Otherwise, we're not showing you.
No, man. I must have given you some airtime in
your start
in the
was
first
amazing.
race.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I must actually apologize to Dirk. I think I massively dived him on, I think it was the last lap, or second last lap.
Yeah.
Going side by side with Philip, who
Yeah.
like in that Pantera were having an absolute battle of note. I just misjudged where I was on the track, and then it was a brake marker too late, and I thought, oh, here we go.
We saw
This is trouble.
I had you there. I'm sorry, I had you. Everyone's going, yeah. Commentators curse. I'm going, no way. Nick did that to himself.
That was absolutely me. I just misjudged. I was concentrating too much on Philip and not enough on the corner coming up.
Awesome.
Yeah, but no, it was awesome fun. Crikey, racing against the Capri versus the Pantera. Yeah, those cars are fast in a straight line. Shoosh.
Yeah, there was frequent position changes with the on the straights with the Pantera and the Porsche.
Yeah, it was. And as soon as that Pantera's past you or in the vicinity of you, you're defending heavily, and just it's a proper battles. But yeah, Adrian, well done, buddy. You were absolute class of the field this evening, I think.
I would say you were there with me. You were in the pre-quali. You had been like, you're worried. And I was like, would I get the pace? And then I actually got it, luckily. But I was actually waiting for a good race with you, and then at least I could pull the gap in the first one.
Awesome.
Yeah, sorry, man. I apologize. I couldn't get my speed. I couldn't get my pace in the first race. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just didn't have it. But yeah. Anyway, that's how it goes.
Next time.
Yeah, exactly. One more race to go. I'm not sure where we are next, but hopefully it'll be a good one.
I'll quickly double check for you. We are going to for the Legends. We're going to Watkins Glen with the boot layout.
Ooh, interesting.
Gonna be a fun one to watch.
It's also a legendary track, so it's a good driver's track and the long version of it. So it's not going to be, the race is going to be long. It's going to be a lot of time for guys to have good dices. So Nick, 20th place, and you got to come through the grid, but otherwise I'm not going to show you.
Okay, deal.
Adrian, well done, buddy, and great race for tonight, and you, Nick.
Thanks, chaps. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Like, always enjoy the legends.
Awesome,
Well
man.
done, gentlemen.
Good stuff. We'll catch you soon. And thanks for coming for a quick chat with us.
Yeah, no worries.
Always a good.
Cheers all.
Cheers. Awesome. So, Sus, there we go. Div 1 done and dusted. It was entertaining in our last 60 seconds on our stream. Anything more you want to add?
I want to see that photo finish at some stage. If you're keen on seeing it, yeah, I'm sure somebody's going to post it on the Discord channel here, so you can head on over to simracesa.co.za. All of the details that you need to sign up there, you can go find it over there. And then I'm gonna quickly punt the 3-hour endurance race that we're gonna do on the 26th of June.
Yep.
We're using SimRacing GP as a hosting platform going forward, and they've bragged that they can run up to 100 cars on one server. So we're going to Suzuka, gonna do a solo endurance race with 100 racers if possible. So if you're keen on getting in on that, you can find the details on the Discord server. I'm really looking forward to us seeing all of this go down.
Let's get as many cars online as possible. It's single driver, so you're going to drive all 3 hours. I think it's more a test than anything for points or anything like that. But I am live streaming it for SimRace South Africa, so I'll be covering the whole 3-hour event. So get in any car, even if it's a Jag or one of the older cars. I'm not too sure what anything.
All about having fun.
That's it. Get a basic pit strat set up, and we'll set some nice weather, and let's see on the track for that. What's the date for that, Sus?
I think it's the 26th of June, the Saturday.
The Saturday.
And the server will open at 9 a.m. South African time. We're currently sitting on 51 participants, so there's still loads of space. Make sure that you go and sign up, but don't wait too long. Maybe everything fills up in the next month or so.
Exactly. Good, man. Right, that's us for this evening. I'm going to say thank you, Sus, for joining me in the booth tonight. It was awesome as usual. Are you interested or keen or available for Wednesday for Div 2?
I'm not 100% sure yet. If I'm available, I will definitely be here. Otherwise, I might not. I might only see everybody next week again for the SimTC series. That's next.
Cool. Just to catch up, Ryan is answering us. It's for any GT3 car. So you guys, if you want get in some of the other older cars, maybe a Nissan or a Honda,
V12,
the V12s,
Aston.
get some screamers on the track, and it's Saturday the 26th of June. So good, looking forward to seeing everyone then, and possibly we'll be live here on Wednesday for Div 2. We'll see how it goes, but thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the evening, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers from me.
Have a good one, everybody.